Good morning. We are beginning in next 2-3 minutes. Please maintain the decorum. Yes, guests have already arrived. Please maintain the decorum. We are starting soon. Good morning. I, Dr. Sukhpreet Kaur, on the behalf of Vishwakarma University, extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries on dais, deans, directors, faculty members, and students of Vishwakarma Institutes. Okay. Sure, sir. Good morning. I, Dr. Sukhpreet Kaur, on the behalf of Vishwakarma University, extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries on dais, deans, directors, faculty members, and students. Today we have gathered here for the event Role of AI and ML in Supply Chain Optimization, hosted by Vishwakarma Institutes and Vishwakarma University, organized by Confederation of Indian Industry CII. So agenda for today's event is, we will begin with welcome address by Professor Dr. Siddharth Jabre sir, then special address by Mr. Vijay Sonamne sir, a panel discussion followed by expert session on women in STEM. So now I would like to request Professor Dr. Siddharth Jabre sir to address the gathering.
All the respected dignitaries and industry experts, right, from Siemens, Kirloskar, Force Marshall, uh, on the dais, our colleagues from VIT, students from VIT, colleagues from Vishwakarma University, students from Vishwakarma University, representation from CII, uh, all our faculty members, deans. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to Vishwakarma University for this program organized by Vishwakarma Institutes and Vishwakarma University in collaboration with Confederation of Indian Industries related to role of AI and ML in supply chain optimization. First, I take again this opportunity to thank all our experts for making it convenient to come all the way and overcoming all the hurdles in Pune, all sorts of, it's not easy to reach any place in Pune nowadays. But thanks, sir, all the way. And we have been enriching discussion. And our objective is, sir, if industry is on our campus in the form of you guys as the experts, and our students and faculty members can witness and be part of the discussion, this kind of panel discussion, then it provides our students, our teachers, and all of us as leaders very important insights about what is expected by the industry, what is the state of the art, and accordingly we can orient our thinking and our practices, our teaching learning, so that we can be really, I would say, responsive to the changes that take place in the industry. And as I was discussing, as the Vishwakarma Institutes and University, our objective is we would like to encourage our students and teachers to work on real world live industry projects to provide potential solutions which are based on definitive deliverables and that could add in the competitive advantage for the industry. And students and teachers are our greatest strength, and we would like to motivate, orient them, and channelize their energy and their intellect in this direction. So this is a very important event for us, and role of AI, ML always, AI and ML, they are part of us. We have to embrace them, and these frontiers models have been there, and the latest report of AI published by the Stanford University. As we know, of course, India, we have a long way to go, but the topmost frontier models, more than 60 plus models have been invented in the US. Then the next is 25 models in Europe, then 15 models in China. We have a long way to go, but I'm sure with this kind of collaboration with industry, our students and your experts all, we can really work on really developing the deep tech, correct, in terms of these kind of models and really work on these type of domains. Again, I take this opportunity to welcome you all, sir. We look forward to an enriching, enlightening discussion. And I take this opportunity to thank again CII for helping us. Also, Dr. Atul Kulkarni for enabling this, and our coordinators here, Professor Amol Randive, as well as Remy Thomas, and industry representation from VIT, I see all them, for enabling this event. Thank you so much. Looking forward.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Mr. Vijay Sonamne, sir, Head Supply Chain Excellence Forbes Marshal, to give special address to the gathering.
Good morning, all friends. Respected all the dignities here, and it's a really fantastic day today, and it's really great opportunity to interact with you, all of you. It's like a new era in the industry, new era in the learning also. So it's a very good collaboration of industry experts with the students or upcoming leaders from the learning institutes, which will going to be a leader in the industry in the future, in coming days. That is a bridge that we need to bridge the gap today. That will be going to be help somewhat to meet some expectation from the students and the professors. What's going on in industry and what's we are on the learning phase today in the industry. So first, today's session on industry, in the industry, what is use or the supply chain optimization by AI, or what is the role of AI in the supply chain optimization. So first is, what is AI? So I'll make it simple. AI, as I make it in the simple language, AI is simulation of human intelligence, is AI. So whatever we can able to do the data analysis and predict the results, that AI can do for us. Sometimes we as an individual cannot do much data analysis. AI can help to the many more data analysis, number of transactions can be analyzed and give the more insight about the data science, what we call it for. So how it comes help in the supply chain management of AI and machine learning. I'll take that supply chain has many aspects. Like any supply chain management being, performance being checked by quality, delivery, then sustainability and safety of workman in the entire value chain. In the entire value chain, starting from the supply of raw material, then warehousing, manufacturing, then distribution, and then comes to the end customer. That is called value chain. It's called as the supply chain management. How AI plays role in that value chain? It's simply by its way of all the aspects is helping. Like starting by, I'll take an example of cost. How it is going to reduce the cost. Starting from the manufacturing cost, when you go for a manufacturing, so any manufacturing setup, you want to put it in Pune, like in area, so simulation can help you to which kind of area we should choose it based on the logistic arrangement, which, how many space will be required, which component need to be, be in the nearby, what are the space required, what are the equipment required. All these things can be simulated and can be easily give the result, how much is working capital required, how much transaction will be happen, how many manpower will be required. That's all these things can be simulated in the software and can give the results. So that is starting with the manufacturing place. Then coming back to the manufacturing of product. Pune is the automobile hub, and there are many products being manufactured in Pune area, where that manufacturing of casting, which is the small or the initial part of the any engine manufacturing, that is need to be manufactured from the when we want to manufacture the casting, we need a pattern. So pattern need to be machined. So if after machining we cannot do any changes, or it is really difficult to change anything which is after we done the trials. But many industry now using the simulation software, which is called the casting simulation software, that is going to help us to identify the defect before we produce the part. That is, the software is enabled such a way that all the inputs is given to the software, and that software can tell you if we produce the casting in this manner, you will get these defects, or whether this casting okay or not okay. That can be done before you start the production. And that way, simulation is helped to reduce the cost. Like one pattern is required on the 5 lakhs rupees of manufacturing cost, and simulation charges is 25,000 rupees. If we can invest the 25,000 rupees in the simulation of the casting, you can save the 5 lakhs rupees of rework of that pattern or rework of that parts. So that's way at that stage of cost, it's helping AI by reducing its cost in the manufacturing stage. Coming back to the logistics and the supply chain, container optimization softwares, that is helping, like you have 100 boxes with the different sizes. If you put the sizes and number of boxes, the software will tell you, the simulation AI will tell you which container you should choose it, 40 feet, 20 feet, or any other, or how many containers will be required. Apart from that, based on the orientation of box, you will be knowing to that how much is space going to be occupied in the container. That is a cost. That will reduce the logistic cost in the further, and the logistic further optimization of the space in the container. Because any container which is being loaded, it has 1 inch also being paid for from the customer. That is how it is giving the result in the reducing the cost. Coming back to quality. So I said how AI is helping in the quality. AI is helping in the quality of the products. Like in the part of COVID-19 a few years recently or 1 year back, there is a lot of challenges to how to inspect the parts without going in the factory and check the parts. That time, the AI and the digitalization has helped us to do the remote inspection. So digital cameras or the AI built cameras was capturing the image of the parts. More than 100 images being captured by the one product, and that is being compared with the master image, and that simulation software, that AI software is telling us whether that part okay or not okay. So imagine how much time we have saved, how much, and it will be more accurate than the human beings that inspecting the parts. The 100 points you want to check it, you always miss out 1 or 2. But AI will not miss anything. So that is way quality has been improved by help of AI. Coming to the delivery terms, in the delivery, currently, you know that we want to reach to Pune in this location. AI, like navigation, helps you what time you want to be reached to the place. It is 99% accurate when you start and end the place at one destination to other destination. Similarly, the AI helping us to identify the nearest route or the fastest route of shipping. That is helping further to give the accurate quotations of the logistics and give the accurate value of the quotation, and that is give the accurate delivery time to the customer. And that is real-time tracking of the shipments, that is helping to give the more confidence to the customer that product will be delivered on time. Like any product you order on Amazon, do you ever find it is delayed by the day or more than that? You always have that tracking system available. You just put your tracking number, you'll get all the details. When it is reached to your door, it will give you the feedback also. That is where delivery has been improved on all the way. AI is helping in the supply chain in a long way. Coming to the safety, how safety can say defined or can be addressed by the AI? Like many equipment which is need to be operated by the authorized operators, that will prevent the accidents. In the industry, like crane, forklift, many other special equipment need to be operated by the authorized person. That authorized person, like face detection system, that is being used in the across industry by know that that person has operated that machine and he is only authorized person. Nobody can touch the machine and nobody can operate that machine. That way it has reduced the accidents in the industry, reduced the number of incidents happening in the industry, and that is being safe work environment being generated by AI. Then further on the on the safety, if we can say where now current cars with coming with the ADAS feature. You must know the ADAS means an advanced driver assistance system, which is coming in the industry. In India, it is coming nowadays it's coming at very less percentage, but if you go in US, China and Japan, 33% vehicles are coming with the ADAS feature. That is going to come in long way in India also, because that will help you to safe driving experience. Also, it is give the collision warning before you hit any vehicle in front of you. It's also do the auto braking system that will avoid the accidents. That way AI is helping, and that's your nature of driving, that's identified by the vehicle, and still vehicle give the warning that you need to take a copy brake. That way it has been evolved in the industry, and that is in the vehicles, that is can be applied in any machine across the industry. Then coming back to the sustainability. So sustainability, as everybody aware that we are more towards the sustainability way working on, the AI is helping us to find the nearest route, closest route, that is further helping us to reduce the cost of fuel. That eventually helping us the aspect of sustainability. Right? So far, these are the few example I am trying to give on the supply chain optimizations. The real-time example, we also day-to-day life, we are using the AI very intensively in social media, in the Google search engine, and the navigations, Alexa we are using. These all are, we are along with us, we are using every day. Then fraud detection, now banks are using AI for detecting the frauds in the transactions. Like you know, normal, you have transaction of the 10 to 5 transaction in your accounts. Suddenly somebody has withdraw higher amount of money, that's average your accounts, that crores of transaction being that is being tracked and catched by AI, and that alert is given to the bank operator or the security person in the bank. That way AI is helping all the way in all the transaction, all the supply chain area. Like I'll give you the one more example about blockchain. You must have heard about the blockchain terms. Like it's like a small example of having your milk packet at your home. So blockchain can help from farm to your table, the entire value chain, entire the transaction be tracked by blockchain. So if you have one QR code on the packet of the milk bag, you can scan it and you'll get the entire journey of that bag. So when it was milking is done, when it was storage, at what temperature it has storage, which location it has storage, from where it has been moved, whether it is moved in which, can say air conditioned vehicle or any temperature control vehicles, when it was delivered. It also help in the quality also, because any product is the compliance, government compliance, that we cannot deliver any product more than 3 days, like expiry date, more than expiry date. At the time of delivery, system give you that these many bags you cannot deliver to the customer because it's already expired. So it cannot be scanned the next level. So that way it is helping the confidence of the customer, helping the value chain, and giving the, can say, more business to the customer. This is the reliable source. Also anything which is fraud, milk is coming in the way, that can be detected. If you see that in scanning is done and you say this is not, can say, authorized from the authorized manufacturer, will come to know immediately. That way AI is helping in the all the way in a supply chain, like a blockchain. Then you must have heard about digital twin. So digital twin is one of the, can say, more factor which is being used in automobile intensively in manufacturing, where the equipment being manufactured. Digital twin is a replica of your product which is you are using. That is being, can say, dozens of softwares or dozens of sensor is used in your product, that is being monitored remotely at the place of manufacturing, and they predict your maintenance. The preventive maintenance can be checked at the place of, like in a car, if you are driving a car, what are the kilometers it has run, when that next servicing is due, everything being tracked and back-ended. And based on that input, there is thousands of vehicles running in the city, that will come to know which vehicle is going to come for servicing and what time. So based on that, their spare part arrangement can be done. So that demand forecast can be captured through the AI which is installed, or the equipment which is installed in your machines. So that way, that AI is helping you to give the accurate delivery, accurate, good quality, better quality, and the accurate customer services or the more customer delight to the industry. So this is what I feel which is used in the industry. Many ways in the planning, manufacturing, quality, all the aspects this has been covered, and AI has given in a main role. Machine learning also, like we are recently come with the, like robots, you must have heard that robots being used in assembly area for assembly the parts and assembly in welding area. So we are having, but robots can be done in the standardized work procedure. So robots cannot think and do the work, but they can follow the instruction. The SOP can be followed. But the concept has come at a cobot. So what we introduce one cobot in our production line, that will work with the human being. So the cobot will be, the robot will be assessed by the person. He will give the start and end of the welding process. He will guide him, the robot. He will start and end. After end, he will just go back. So whenever his robot is required, he is pulling the robot and he is just instructing to the robots. That is called a cobot concept. That is now, that's way it is evolving the AI. That machine also learning from that process, and it will give the similar aspects in the future. Sometimes that learning will come from the human being, and cobot can directly work to the procedure. He just need to be observe whether things are going right or wrong. So that is like it is evolving more and more. And there is a further challenges. These are the benefits of AI, and there is a challenges also to implement the AI. Like people think that AI will take the jobs of the people. Isn't right? So I said it is not right in positive aspects. We said AI will generate the jobs. So industry, there is a need of the people who know the AI. The industry need a people that it can implement the AI. There is a current problem is that industry don't have much much talent that gives you the more AI implementations. So the institutes will generate the AI student that will understand the AI. They can do the codings. They can generate their logics and algorithm that will help industry to do that. So I'll take in the positive note. AI will definitely generate the many jobs in India. That is for we can able to work together and will identify which area we should emphasize to give the trainings and to the people. That is the challenges. There is a complex situation where AI cannot be done, but that with the can see evolving the process, data analysis. There is a lot of things we don't have data today, and AI is work on the data. Many company, many industries working on the currently on the books or the books of record. If we come on the digitalization, that will help further to improve AI. For that, AI is needed, and the students and the professors and training in the across industries required to boost the AI learning in the future. So this is for can say from my side today, and many more things because of time constraint. I will not take much time of yours. There's many can say further is line up. So thank you so much for this opportunity to interact with you, all of you. Any questions further we can discuss and we can connect. I'll leave my contact details. If you want to really see how AI is working on the real sense, you can come and see at our factory, and we can discuss together further who has more interested to do on that. Thank you so much again. Thanks. Thank you.
On how AI is helping us in different domains such as manufacturing industry, automobile or e-shopping apps we are using. So thank you, sir. Now we will be beginning with felicitation ceremony. So I would like to request Professor Dr. Siddharth Jabde sir to felicitate Mr. Vijay Sonamne sir. Now requesting sir to felicitate Mr. Prasad Dharmadhikari sir. Yes, requesting sir to felicitate Mr. Alkesh Roy sir. Next we have Mr. Nitin Nair sir. Okay. Yes, now I would request Mr. Umesh Rathod sir to please come forward, and requesting sir to felicitate him. Professor Dr. Siddharth Jabde sir. Mr. Umesh Rathod. Thank you, sir. So today's event features a panel discussion on role of AI and machine learning in supply chain optimization. To give a brief introduction to the session, this session is going to give a deep dive into how these advanced technologies are reshaping supply chains, making them more efficient, agile, and responsive to market demands. Faculty and students will gain insights into real-world applications of AI/ML in optimizing supply chain processes. For the event, we have panel members among us, Mr. Prasad Dharmadhikari, Vice President Kirloskar, Mr. Alkesh Roy, Past Chairman CII Pune Zone, Mr. Nitin Nair, General Manager, Industrial Digital Services and Solutions India Siemens, and moderator Professor Nishant Kamboj, Director, Vishwakarma Institute of Innovation, and Dean, Faculty of Arts and Design, Vishwakarma University. Yes, I invite now Professor Nishant Kamboj sir to take this session forward.
Hello, hello. Good morning. Thank you so much, all of you, to join for this panel discussion. So today we are diving into the fascinating world of AI and ML, technologies that are rapidly transforming our lives. Whether we are here to geek out on algorithms or curious about how machines are changing industries, we are in for an exciting discussions ahead. So especially for our students and faculty, we look forward for a lot of questions that you can ask. It's an opportunity that you should take advantage of. I'd like to thank our esteemed panelists for joining us today and sharing their invaluable insights. We'll start with a brief introduction about all the panel members. And I don't want to commit any mistake in introducing you, sir. So if it is okay, I can just pass on the mic to you and then you can introduce yourself, sir.
Yes. Thank you. So my name is Vijay Sonone. I'm heading Supply Chain Excellence in Hobbs Marshall Group. I'm responsible for procurement, IT procurement, plus raw material procurement, and supply chain excellence in the group. Yeah. So I'm a mechanical engineer by qualification, and I am a management degree from IIM. And I have 18 years of experience in supply chain, procurement, logistics, any different modules. Thank you for the opportunity here. I'll just pass on to next. Thank you.
Thank you. Nitin Nair, I'm a electronics engineer, pass out in 95. So you can count more than 25 years of experience with Siemens in factory automation, machine automation and all. And 5 years ago, I jumped into setting up industrial digital solutions and services for Siemens India. So built up this practice from scratch has been very enriching, has been very fulfilling, because we've been solving a lot of industry problems with software tools and also with AI. AI is one of the core technologies for Siemens. So Siemens has 14 core technologies that we work on globally, and AI is one of the core technologies. Would like to definitely differentiate between AI, ML, and DL. They are 3 different topics, but yes, they do interact with each other quite a bit. So, looking forward to this discussion and looking forward to engaging active participation from all the students, because this is one thing that I always do. The youngest member in my team is my reverse mentor. I keep asking the youngest member of my team that, I mentor you, you mentor me. So I'm looking forward to a lot of questions from you guys. Thank you.
So, good afternoon. My name is Prasad Dharmadhikari. I am heading strategic sourcing and supply chain management in Kirloskar Oil Engines, which is in Pune. Experience in manufacturing and supply chain for last 30 years. And more importantly, when I got the invite and when I understood that along with CII it is at VIT, I immediately accepted it because I'm ex-alumni of VIT. So in 1991, like you all students, I have attended many sessions, and the institute has definitely worked subsequently in many areas, and Professor Zabde was also with us at that point of time. So it's good to come back to university here, seeing this campus. I'm coming to this campus for the first time, and very happy to participate in this discussion. A lot of things have already discussed in the initial remarks by the guest speaker, but there will be a good discussion on supply chain optimization by using AI and ML. It will be an interesting discussion. I look forward for your questions also. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Myself Alakesh Roy. So I am a mechanical engineer from IIT BHU Varanasi, long back, and then MBA from XLI Jamshedpur in finance and marketing. Of my total 36 years of experience, the last 18 years had been managing companies at the top level of MD and CEO, both large corporation MNCs in India, abroad, and geography spreading across the eastern half of the world, including Eastern Africa and all those countries. And subsequently, I was also the chairman of CII Pune during the COVID year, one of the first years to be in. And I have handled various positions in CII in the past as well as present. I'm also handling a few portfolios. And I was the OPEX chairman, I was the vice chairman, then chairman of CII Pune, then elected member in the Maharashtra State Council for startups and guiding the startups, also the National Committee on Steel, National Committee on MNCs, and currently I'm also the mentor of various startups. And one of the interesting aspects that we are discussing in our own internal meeting earlier, every one of you is today glued to a startup concept. Now we can discuss that offline. And also I have requested Vice VC Sahab that if time permits, I'll also address how CII can help the institute in various ways more than what you are doing today. Thank you, and I look forward to learning from you as well. It is not a one-way session, it is a learning session for both of us. So you and I, both together, we should learn from each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So start the session, and I'd like to pose the first question to Mr. Vijay Avane. He's already set the tone, but sir, I would like to ask a question about how AI ML, and we are particularly talking about the supply chain optimization. So the students are already working on a lot of projects. So can you give us some inspirational projects that you have seen which has caught your eye, which can serve as the starting point for our students to start a project in AI ML, especially when it comes to supply chain optimization?
Surely, I'll give the, again, supply chain management all driven by the data, right? So, any industry, it is more than a crores being buy every year. Like in my place, we are buying 1,000 crore of raw material from the different suppliers. It's more than 2,000 suppliers and more than 1 lakh of component we are supplying. So it is difficult to, can say, analyze the data. So where and which area it is coming, where the, and it is very linked to the commodity prices getting changed. So every day, every month, the commodity prices from steel to plastic is getting changed. But it is not linked to the product we are buying today. So if we able to link that, we'll come to know which products prices as getting increase and which products is going to be impact to the buying. So that linkage can be done through AI. So this kind of project is open for us to, anybody can work on that project, and I'm just started working on that project. I'm linking all my buying components to the commodity prices, and I'll give the trend every day for which parts I'm currently buying, which is in line with the market or not. If it is in line in the market, that is fine. If not, then if it is downtrend, I should go and ask for the reduction from the suppliers. If it is increasing, I am prepare myself to give the increased price to the supplier. And it's also going to impact to the my customer, because it is eventually going to deliver product to the customer and going to be hit my profit line, or it will going to be impact my the profits also. So this is the data science or data analysis cannot be done manually, that is for sure, because in Excel also there is a 36,000 of lines. You cannot go beyond that. And we have more than 1 lakh lines, components in the crores we can do analysis. Only AI can give such kind of things. This kind of project, it's called the data analyst, can be done, but it can be done through the softwares, simulation, digitalization, and analytical softwares we can able to use. It's need to be you all that kind of softwares after the training from the AI. Hope I'm able to answer the project question.
Yes, sir, sure. So I now go to our next panelist, Mr. Nitin. So, Mr. Nai, as a pioneer in digital system and solutions, you've been, ahead of the curve in driving digitization with manufacturing and logistic management already. How seamless has the adaptation of AI been for Siemens? Are we fully in the game, or is there still more to learn and integrate?
Okay, the answer, let me start answering it reverse. Is there more to learn? Always. Yeah, the answer is simple, always. Because we are always moving ahead. Have we done enough? If there is always more to learn, then we've not done enough. Yeah, we can definitely do more. But have we made a difference? Have we made an impact? I would say yes. We've made an impact. AI, as I said, is one of the company core technologies for Siemens. It is one of the 14 core technologies. Software systems and processes is another core technology. Connectivity is another core technologies together, and when they interplay, they create impact. And to give you an example, I'll give you an example, and you will identify with this. I'll give you an example of a steel plant. Yeah, one of the steel plant where we did a digital project has 160,000 trucks coming into this plant for inbound, outbound, even in-plant shipments from one shop, let's say from blast furnace to steel melting shop and so on and so forth. 160,000 truck trips in a month. Yeah, which means 2 million, approximately 2 million truck trips in a year. And each truck from gate in to a gate out has approximately 20 transactions. Now multiply 2 million by 20. Yeah. So you come to 40 million transactions. So 40 million transactions. The challenge for the plant president was very simple. All these 40 million transactions which are happening, are they happening as per the SOP? Are the safety protocols being followed in these 40 million transactions? Can I do something better? Is there a wastage? Yeah. So And then once this is digitalized, today, all the 40 million transactions are happening seamlessly. The turnaround time of that truck between the time it came in and went out has reduced by approximately 35%. Yeah? Which means basically that 4 million hours of turnaround time has kind of got saved. 10% is the turnaround time saving. Now, what does 4 million hours of a turnaround time mean? It means 20,000 tons of CO2 equivalent is getting saved. And 20,000 tons of CO2 equivalent is like planting a forest with more than 950,000 trees. So, unless we do digital, we will not make the impact. So that's why. Have we made impact? Yes. But have we done enough? No. Can we do more? Yes. Always. So, I think.
Thank you so much, sir. This also, in a way, answers a question which I will be asking in the preceding discussion about how sustainability is addressed in AI ML era, which is subtly being answered by you. I now pose a question to Mr. Prasad. So when we look at, Kirloskar, so you witnessed, and contributed for the company for, 3 decades and more than that. So could you share some of the key strategies that Kirloskar is currently implementing to foster innovation and especially innovation in the sector of AI ML?
Okay, I think little good and little different question. See, if we look at last many years, the industry, mechanical industry, medical industry, their products, their product upgradation, that is one story. The second story is about IT support, and today we are coming to an age where data analytics, how that is going to help these industries. So, as I said, automotive industry is doing their jobs, their product upgradation is happening, but how AI or data management systems are going to help these fundamental industries is an important aspect. And in the time, every time frame, it has happened. Like if you go back 20 years before, the ERP was something which was new to the industry. And what was important is that people know the functional knowledge and people were knowing the softwares. And those have come together and developed the ERPs. And today we are, I don't think that ERP is new, it is a fundamental thing for any organization. That has created a lot of data. Now we are at a stage where that data need to be processed further, and we are also getting a good techniques, tools and instruments for capturing more and more data. I think we talked about digital twin. Digital twin is a concept which is coming into the manufacturing. We are implementing that in our plant, and that is going to help in getting a lot of data from our machines about how those are getting operated, what need to be done, predictive maintenance and everything. Every genset, we are into genset manufacturing company. Every genset which gets installed across the India is now going with the equipment which captures the real-time usage of the genset, and centrally the data is coming back about the health of the gensets, and which helps us to inform the customer about the predictive issues, if at all anything which are going to come, and plan for the spares and everything. So has machine learning and data analytics and going forward AI is helping us for building our technologies and innovation? Yes, in every step of the technology transfer, companies like Kirloskar, everybody has worked, and I think what is important is that we need to have people for both the areas. One is functional experts and second is the data analytic experts. So if universities are creating a pool of students, I think what is more important is that people of mixed blend coming to the industry is more important, because it's not possible that every time somebody telling them the functional requirements and then they creating some algorithms and everything for the functional requirements. So if somebody is going to do a mechanical, I will go by the classic example of hydrogen engine design, and somebody is doing somebody is expert in AI. I think both of them coming together and doing a work will be a good thing to happen. But if we can deploy AI-like tools in every stream of the engineering, that will be better. Definitely the core technology of AI development has to be done by the AI wing of different universities and colleges, but the application part along with the industry is going to be important. Answering to your question, definitely as time has moved ahead, the different technologies has been used in different facets of the product development, functional excellence, and definitely the supply chain optimization, which is topic of today's discussion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Just to add to what he said, the requirement of what the AI should do, today there are two people. The AI guy is asking a functional expert, tell me what you want, then he's writing it down and then he's saying, is this exactly what you want, and sign it off. But best tools and best requirements are written by the guy himself. So if the engine designer himself is writing the specs and saying, this is my requirement, yeah, and I understand how an AI development is done, so based on that understanding, this is my requirement, then we will be much, much more effective than we are today.
Correct. I agree.
So to conclude, I mean, I believe, sir, please correct me if I'm wrong. Innovation in AI is like IoT, Internet of Things, as a feature that we expect in our products, which is coming from the technology which is so-called as Internet. So we are expecting that, yes, AI, ML is going to be an integral technology, and no matter I am from design, science, or management background, I would need to have necessary inputs to understand and also innovate in this sector and, serve the industry. Mr. Roy, I want to pose a question to you. Given your extensive experience in the heavy metal and construction industries, both as an employee and consultant, how do you envision AI and ML transforming the construction sector particularly? What specific changes do you think these technologies will bring to the industry?
Okay. So when you look at the construction segment, it has gone a long way from what it was, say, even 10 years back or 20 years back to today. Now, how I have used AI, I'll tell you, and this is very relevant, because if you look at all across, the biggest concerns today is the space. So you don't have unlimited space to store your material which you are manufacturing in the factory, and how you erect. So you'll see a lot of machineries being put into use today than what it was earlier. Now, how we have integrated, I'll tell you, we have done it with a company called Quest Corps, and what we have done is, when we are erecting the building at the site, and there may be 100 to 200 sites going simultaneously, and it is not possible for the person who is heading the construction as an in charge. So he will not be present everywhere, but he needs to know what is happening. And he also needs to know that the idleness of the manpower doesn't happen because the manufacturing facility has not delivered. So we have integrated the whole process flow into a system where the building is erected in a safe manner, along with the supplies coming just in time at the site, so that there is no stocking, and at the same time we are erecting the whole structure simultaneously. At the same time, what AI throws you is that what will be the further requirement for the 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, so that you can plan your supply chain, and as what you was saying regarding the logistics and the optimization, it all falls in line. So there is a definite thing that we can do and we have done in terms of construction, and that too in areas where we are exporting. Suppose we are manufacturing, I was taking care of Vietnam, we are manufacturing in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, supplying to Indonesia, or supplying to Malaysia, the shipment also has to be planned, and all the factors has to be built in, and right from optimization to shipment delivery time to inbound as well as outbound shipments. So there are challenges which needs to be AI monitored at the end of the day. Now coming back to the discussion that we are having internally, AI can never work in isolation. This is my take on the whole subject. It has to be integrated with all functions of the company. Let me just digress for a minute, and I think Nishanti will allow me. How many of you have used the feature of AI in WhatsApp? Can you raise hand? Okay. Have you seen that the same AI can give dual responses? So you say that reply, he will reply. And when you say refute, he will refute. So AI needs training. This is one aspect, and that is where I always say that AI is very human-driven. It still is. I don't know how far it will be, because we are driven by machines today rather than machines. We are defining machines. We are glued to your mobiles and laptops. And I think human as a nature is prone to hookups. So, and in an industry, if you can give them a platform where the AI is actually on an app, it actually works for the industry. I've seen it, I've given it, and I know it can be the successful way of doing it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Sonavani, now a question for you. So already Mr. Nair had spoken about the amount of data that we've been feeding in just for the entry and exit of a truck, and the amount of time stamping that you see. All said and done, to run this technology, there is a lot of requirement of data management which is required. How do you see that this data management would be taken care of? Whether the industries are in-house having facilities for data management, or do you see another industry coming up altogether as a supportive agent for this?
Like you said, data is a backbone of AI, and it's based on the data we can predict anything. Like we have two things scenario. One is data analysis and digital dashboards. So there is a lot of companies which is giving more than a ERP. Current ERP system is give the reports, but they can't do the analysis. So like Zoho Analytics, Google Analytics, many more. These are the players which is coming in the market that is giving the AI, which is analyze the data and give the predictable results. Based on that, we can take a decisions. So it is like two way. One is AI and machine learning is evolving, other software area is also evolving the parallelly. Like ERP coming with the, like earlier there was the Oracle and SAP was not having the analytical tools. Now Oracle also come with the AI tools. SAP will come, the Ariba is one of the tools which is they coming in the analytics. So like AI is building in one direction, softwares are also building in the other direction. Like you mentioned, the trucks in and out, that carbon footprint monitoring is a simple way. How can we reduce, like KPIs on KRAs of the management or KRAs of the organization that can be driven by the AI. That improvising of KRA, AI can help. So like simply how to improve the profits. It's definitely will go and check the data, and that data science or data analysis will give the result.
Do you see that industry having an in-house data management happening?
Yes. What we were having an option when we go for Industry 4.0 implementation in our production line. There's an option to go for outside or go for inside development. So outside it will be more dependency, data security, and all the reasons we said will not go outside. So we were having a function expert, and we were having an IT team which is good enough for designing the coding. So together in the team, we have designed the smart manufacturing system, like we call it the Forbes Marshall Smart Manufacturing System, which is give the forecasting online. You can go in a shop, you can see the digital real-time capturing of the data. So each product being 100% inspected, IoT based, and there is a QR code, like we called Aadhaar card for the parts. So each product being manufactured comes with a QR code. So if you scan the QR code, you'll get the entire journey of that parts, when it was produced, when it was tested, and what are the parameters. It's also give, there's a FM Energizer app to the sales engineer or the service engineer. If they scan they'll get the entire guidelines how to install the parts. What are the small correction they need to do for the installation. So that way in-house can be done, outsource people are available. It's up to, if you do in-house, there will be more accurate and will be more data can say accurate because you no need to train somebody, not to tell somebody. It's you know what's the in and out.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Nair, so, do you foresee any potential risk or challenges that these technologies might bring? Do you believe they represent a completely safe and beneficial future for industries?
Yes, of course. See, and I'm asked this question quite often. So my answer is also, quite often I ask you, where do you keep your money? At home or in the bank? Yeah, all your financial data is on the cloud. Yeah. So if all your money is in bank, if all your financial data is on the cloud and it is safe, then why are we scared about putting industrial data like temperature, pressure on the cloud? Yeah? It's a mindset. We are driven by what we have been doing for the last 15, 20 years. But if we, see, it's a time of change. In a time of change, you don't keep following what we have been doing. You have to break the chain, stand apart, the Napoleon and the Braveheart. Yeah? So stop being the Braveheart, be the Napoleon and see what is happening. And then you will recognize, all my money is in the bank, all my financial data is online, so I can obviously keep all my industrial data also online. It will be perfectly secure. And one of the most emerging practices is also AI for cybersecurity. Somebody spoke about getting a call from the bank. AI is recognized. You spoke. AI finds in millions of transactions that your card was swiped in the US or somewhere outside India, whereas your phone location is in India. So if cybersecurity practices have gone to that level, it's only a matter of horizontally deploying them for industry.
Add on to that, I'll just add. Like earlier, there's information was secured. That's why the people are making a business. Like knowledge of making a coding, it was being trained and then it is being used in making a software. Now, if you can go and Google, you can able to do any coding. Similarly, ChatGPT kind of things, which is coming in the way that everybody can no need to go and learn the English classes. They can just put whatever they want today. They can copy it and paste it. That way, everything is available in the cloud. Everything is available that is helping each other. So there is no risk, I will call it. I'll just add on to Mr. Nitin what he said. There is no risk, but that has both the way. How you using the data, that is also matters. Like AI, like I'll give the 1 minute more. So there is people are using in the AI in the wrong direction also. Like voice recognition software. If somebody is recognize my voice and record my voice and create their own voice and call my XYZ person and ask for money. So that is where AI is risky. If I'm sitting here, somebody is copying my voice, make a record, create an AI and call my friend, ask for few thousand rupees, he will get it. That way AI will risky and dangerous. But if the regulations and still we need to deal with all the things every day. That way I will say either both the way. It's a risky also, that is a helping also.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Mr. Prasad, now managing the supply chain for a company as large as Kirloskar must be an incredibly complex task. Now, when we are talking about integrating AI and ML in supply chain, what is the challenge that you see or foresee that exists in the sector that you're working in?
Before that, I would like to answer the first question.
Sure.
As far about the data management is concerned. See, now the things have moved to different levels. The earlier data was getting generated. Now the data in different areas, like Vijay mentioned, in the different ERP systems were there, non-ERP systems were there. This concept of data lake has come. The data now, every organization is now cannot work in isolation of different data. The data lake is very important, where all the data is coming and sitting down. Next level of thing which is important for every organization, and we are going through that, is the enterprise brain. Okay, yesterday GeoBrain, how many of you have read about GeoBrain news? I think it is very important. When in the Reliance AGM, Mr. Ambani has declared GeoBrain, it is again about the huge data which is getting generated in entire geo ecosystem. They are going to use that, and they are calling it as an enterprise brain. Although enterprise brain is known terminology, they are using it branded with their company. What is important is that data coming together, all data coming together, and now using it at a enterprise level. I think this is the stage in which the data analytics is going, and AI is going to be very, very useful for doing all these things. So I think I was just trying to answer the initial question. What was your question? I
So
forgot.
the second question was about,
How we are
the
challenges what we are facing. See, point is that every technology change has different perspectives. People look at it skeptically. The earlier question, how the data integrity will be there, what will happen to, I mean, in my function, still people are not ready to share the data on the server. They say that there are so many people who will see it, who will leave the organization, and what will happen, and all those kind of things. So the skepticism about data, sharing it transparently is there. And second is about the mindset, that how it is going to be useful. People have a human tendencies that whether it will be useful or it will be adverse to the overall overall things which we want to do in any of the functions. So people have some skepticism about that, but when what has happened, the data generation has gone to a level where any human individuals cannot analyze the data. The way he explained, Excel is no more useful. 36,000, khatam. You are generating so much of data every day, every month, every year, and in supply chain for part number of 10,000 and 50,000 level, you just can't analyze it manually. So you need to have these kind of systems, and that understanding is generated. Second, every level in the organization is now required to change and should be equipped to talk this language. Right from CEO to every level, people should start talking about AI usage and how to use AI for their different requirements. I think that is something which is important, and in every organization I think they will go through this phase, but it will be certain that people have to get aligned with this new way of working. Nobody will be spared to work in isolation with some legacy and old systems as such. That is for sure.
Certainly, sir. Technology adoption would definitely start with mindset and adoption, and that's what we are aiming at when we are trying to, introduce AI ML to the education. Thank you, sir. My question to Mr. Roy. Mr. Roy, despite having a specialized degree in marketing and management, you've continued to pursue education in innovation management from various prestige institutions. How do you perceive the evolution of management education per se in response to the rapid technology? And when I say technology, I'm giving a little flavor of AI ML to it.
Okay, so the main driving force is staying relevant. And this I have told many times in the past in several forums. So in the future, and that is my take, there will be only 2 degrees, whether you are relevant or you are irrelevant. There will be nothing more. And if you are relevant, you can do it. And as I was telling you, that most of the students will get into a domain trap. You are expert of a domain, you don't know what to do if the domain is actually over, the life cycle of the domain is over. So I am seeing that, and I'll tell you a real story which one of my advisors in NPS told me the other day, that earlier the average retirement age was 60, or the retirement age was 60. Today, okay, that is not a good term to be used, that retirement or unemployment rate has come down to 50, which is the real challenge. So on one hand, you will say that the 60 is the new 50. On the other hand, you are saying that the 50 is the new 60. So there is a dichotomy. So if we are not relevant in business, we will be eradicated from business. This is my take. Whether it is a product or it is a process or, I'll tell you one more thing. We are a customer as well as a producer at the same point of time. We are a customer and a buyer. So when we buy, we expect the Amazon to be delivered on a predictive date, predictive time, and in the correct packaging. But when you are a supplier, we ignore that. This dichotomy cannot be together without being together. If I am a customer, if I have to demand something, when I am a vendor or a supplier, I have to deliver that. So with time, in fact, the bigger challenge is as you age, is not when you are young. I think Nitin has told a very important thing, the reverse mentoring. Reverse mentoring can happen in your own homes also. My two sons are all management graduates, engineers, and then working for companies. I tend to have session on a drink and coffee almost on a daily basis, what is new. I want to stay relevant. It is not that it is not a problem for them when they're in their 20s. It is a problem for them when they will be turning 40. And that is why you will see that most of the issues with respect to employment and learning abilities happen during the age of 40. And all the software companies are trying to address that. If I have to train a 40-year-old at 40 lakh salary, and if I have to train a 22-year-old at 2.5 lakh salary, I'll obviously choose for the business interest the 2.5. So what is the value chain we are adding for that person? And that is what the institute should focus for the future. It is not that it is a process flow that every 4 years you're churning out people out of the institute and you're forgetting. You'll have to see that they are sustainable over a period of time. So sustainability is not only for the environment, it is also for the individuals. I don't know whether I have answered your question, but I think I have added a flavor to that.
Thank you so much, sir. You've given a direction on what is to be done. So with the permission from the esteemed panelists, I would like to have a 5 minutes round of question answers. If you have any questions, you may please raise your hands. Audience and the faculty members and students, if you have any questions.
Hello. Hello, good morning everyone. Myself Professor Jayendra Jadhav from Vishwakarma University. I'm a faculty of AI. So being a researcher, as you are the industry expert and we are the education expert, but there is a gap. The gap is like the new ongoing technology that are coming in the industry, and that technologies are not coming in the education immediately. So we need to fill that gap. So for example, right now I'm working on the blockchain and AI/ML. So basically I'm working on blockchain and ML in healthcare supply chain. So my idea is I'm working in the healthcare supply chain to predict, to identify some of the supply chain manufacturing products which are in the healthcare, and how we can reach those products to the customer on the given time or before time. So my question is to all of you actually. So being a new technology, as a blockchain is a new technology, and AI/ML, it's already existing technology. So many things are happening in the AI/ML right now. So, but blockchain is one of the ongoing technology. So when I say it is a new technology, and the industries, so first question is the industries are ready to accept the blockchain in the industries or not? Because when we say a blockchain, there is a term called as a traceability. So when there is a traceability, so obviously, so many things will arise, so many problems will arise, so many challenges will arise. And the third is the cost. Because when we say there is a blockchain, so transaction cost will be included. And for every transaction, we need to pay some of the cost. So how the industries are looking for this cost handling, I can say.
I will try to begin. I think everybody will contribute. First and foremost, I think from every aspect has to be looked from the end user point of view. And if end user needs it, I think nobody should get into the question of whether that traceability, whether I should give it or not give it. If end customer needs it, it has to be given. If you are not giving it, somebody else will start giving it, and then you will be not the first but the second or third in the industry. So that is important. Blockchain is definitely useful, typically in food industry, particularly as he has given the example in the beginning, food industry or medical industry, and it will get more and more usage. Third, cost aspect. The cost aspect, the product cost or the service cost for any of the areas which we are talking about is so high. Compared to that, the cost which is going to get additional for the traceability or for blockchain usage or for the barcoding and everything is very, very minuscule. It is there, but it is going to be very minuscule. So I think all these aspects are very, very small if we have to deploy this across the product lines in this specific segment and in other areas also. This is my answer to the question.
Hello. Sir, when I say blockchain, so your existing systems are developed on some of the technologies right now. But when you embed a blockchain in your existing industry field or existing software, so is it difficult for you people to convert all your systems on the blockchain industry? Or you people using blockchain as a part of traceability or as a part of some software?
I'll add your question. So there is no, when the process is designed, nowadays is earlier production line and new production lines. The new production lines and the new way of manufacturing is inbuilt of having a blockchain. So all the traceability has different meanings. The traceability for customer, traceability for the management or traceability for the organization. Traceability gives like cost of poor quality. Like any product which is being delivered to the customer, it has rejection cost is inbuilt. The rejection cost is in any process rejection you will come to later on. Like in the process industry, if you have any parameters, there's a lot of sensors being installed on the line, and the production has like 1 minute 1,000 parts. And then if you have a manual person who is checking the parts and giving the decision okay or not okay, if you take the 10 minutes, then 10,000 jobs got rejected. If we have, can say blockchain or the traceability and the AI in the system, that system will tell you that, and the first job is got rejected, that reaction time is immediately action and that production will stop immediately. That will reduce the manufacturing cost, rejection cost. That is giving a payback of investment of the industry 4.0, blockchain, digitalization and traceability is inbuilt. So that is the answer to the entire blockchain, how it will going to help, and the budget is not an issue because you want to be a market leader in each product. Every manufacturer wants their product to be market leader. If you give that selling point that my products are having a traceability, customer is always preferred to buy from you. So that's why first is that if it is on build your product, that will give the more business by having this feature in your product, and that will give your payback on your investment on the industry 4.0. Hope I'm able to answer your question here.
Yeah, and just to round off what both of them said, actually, is, are we working on it? Yes. And why yes? With the CII forum, we've actually projected the government of Maharashtra on a use case. Maharashtra produces Alfonso mango. The best of Alfonso mangoes are exported. Yeah? Let's say, hypothetically, some country opens up a pack of Alfonso mangoes from Maharashtra and does a test of the food. And let's say some metals are found. What will happen? All Ratnagiri, Alfonso mango, or wherever Alfonso mango is written will be stopped. Who loses tax revenue? Government of Maharashtra. So, if Government of Maharashtra basically facilitates a platform with blockchain to ensure farm traceability of every Alfonso mango which is getting exported, they are safeguarding their own tax revenue. So, basically, we need to build that business case, and then you will, once you compare that, the cost or the tax loss against the cost of blockchain to implement that platform? I think you have the answer on your own.
Mr. Roy, your remark.
So I'll answer in a little lighter way. And in fact, you have raised an issue which needs to be fixed by the institute or by the academia. See, first of all, never get fixated on a particular process or a technology. I'll tell you the reason why. You should always plan for obsolescence. Have you heard of the company called Sony? Company Apple. We are a product of the late graduated and Sony. This Sony. Ole. So Sony was, so the story goes like that, that when Akio Morita was playing golf, he wanted to listen to music, so that is how Walkman came in and all those things, and Discman came in and all those things. So Sony was always of the opinion that if I'm developing a product, there is always an upper floor development where the obsolescence is taking place. But, and this is a true story, Sony got fixated on a device which will record and which has to rotate. So anything recorded has to rotate. Come iPod, hard drive. Sony is not the same Sony today. So you can now choose a song. Why do I have to sell a record having 12 songs? I will pick one song and buy one song. So I think the institute should always have a plan for obsolescence and the future of technologies. And this is not a VUCA session, so we can talk about length of VUCA and how it affects the institute as well as industry, all. And I'll tell you another story, and this I have to give a lecture in the CII Center of Excellence in Godrej campus on welding. And what I asked them, and the topic given to me was, you have seen the movie Modern Times, Charlie Chaplin? The year was 1939. And the topic was how do you see the industry in 2039? I asked the house one question, how many of you will be employed in the year 2039? Most of them were being employed at the age of 2009. I only told myself, I'm lucky that I'll not be employed in the year 2039. Because the very aspect of welding technology and development that you're talking about will not exist in the year 2039. The whole welding is going away with hydrogen fusion welding and all those things, 3D printing. So why are you investing your time in learning new technologies and developing it further when you know for sure that this technology will not exist? I'm digressing, but these are all my favorite subjects. And just as if I am passing on the baton in a proper sense, in proper perspective to the new generation which is coming up. Because they will carry the world, not us.
Thank you so much, sir. I have to adhere to time, sir. So sorry. I would like to take more questions. But yeah, but quickly, one question, sir. Yes, be the last one.
Hello, sir. Myself, Sanket Loda. I am faculty from VCACS. And my question to you is, what is the marketing strategy based on customer segmentation using machine learning? What are the marketing strategies you are used in your company?
So today your mobile is a data catcher. So you just view and you will start getting all those things. So marketing strategy is also evolving. So, and I'll tell you, there are two strategies in marketing. One is simple, that if you have got a steady growth rate. But today most of the companies go for 2 into multiplication or 4 into multiplication, and the repeatability of customers are slowly going away. So if you are banking on a repeat customer syndrome, it will not work for the organization any further. It has to go for market acquisition, new market strategy, new product development, and cannibalizing if you can. So you have a growth rate, a CAGR of say 12-13%, and if you want the company to grow in market share, you will have to grow at 16 to 18%, which is where the strategy comes in. 13% will grow anyway. So the next delta, 3 to 6% is what you'll have to work upon. And that requires deep thinking, design analysis, design thinking, and going ahead.
So it's a request now again from the student side. Please, students, do you have any questions? One student should come definitely from the student side. Yes, very good.
Sir, how can small-sized and medium-sized companies effectively use AI to improve their supply chain with limited resources?
It is not a resource constraint thing today. I don't think there is a resource constraint in implementing
For
AI.
example, dairy businesses, like they have high demand, but they cannot supply for
No,
longer.
that is because of logistics and perishability. The goods, the product per se is the problem, not the AI. See, if you cannot keep the product fresh 2 days, how will you supply? So your market is limited to the domestic or the limited domain. So that is where you will have to actually understand whether you need multiple units, a single unit, and how you plan to distribute. Today, people are not talking about logistics as a cost. It is as high as almost 10% in some cases. In fact, the Government of India study is logistics is 14% of the cost of goods that you are paying. And as CI has also given a paper on it, and we are trying to reduce it to 7 to 8%, which is the ideal thing which most developed companies have. Until unless you do that, we'll never be able to compete in the global scale.
Even I said small industry is coming with major AI utilization because need is, can say, generation of innovation. So need will generate the innovation. That small company like Big Basket, if you see, you don't see the Big Basket kind of thing. So the many players like Big Basket are coming in the market. So they are using the AI tool because making an app is not a big deal nowadays. So any person can make, the small investment can make the app. And one mobile app is using, you have customer base is every 90% people having a mobile, more than that actually. So you have a target customer is available, which is they can use the app. So that small customer or small player can majorly using the AI because they have major price or the cost reduction targets than the bigger player. The bigger player can afford having a 4 or 5 people in the same job. But for small people, they cannot have. I'll just give a small example. OCR, do you feel the OCR is a one technology which is called the data entry software, which is called optical characteristic recognition. So earlier days, there were people who was feeding the data manually in the system. Now, there is a software OCR that can scan the document and the entire data can be, within a second, can be available in the system. So the 10 people who was putting for doing only data entry in the system, that is now can be replaced by one person or one software and one hardware that will remove the entire the investment on the people what is doing. So that way it is a small player can coming with this kind of innovations.
Thank you so much, sir. So now I'd like to conclude this panel session. So thank you to all our esteemed panelists for sharing your invaluable insights and experience with us today. You made this Saturday morning very insightful. Your contributions have not only enlightened us, but have also inspired us to think more deeply about the future. So we truly appreciate your time and look forward for continued collaboration and more insightful session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Our esteemed panel members for bringing abundant knowledge to us in the field of AI. So we have learned AI has already become core technology in the industry, and also it is learned that if AI is integrated with any other domain knowledge, that can make it application oriented. So thank you so much, sir. So now I would request Remy Thomas sir to take our panelists and VC sir to showcase the projects in the exhibition that is there on the ground floor in the same building. Thank you. So now we have next session, expert session on women in STEM. We have our esteemed speaker among us, Mr. Umesh Rathod, Innovation Manager, AICT MOE's Innovation Cell, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Yes, audience, we have another 30-minute session. Please maintain the decorum. Please maintain the decorum. Just 2 minutes, sir. Yeah. Yes, students. Please maintain the decorum. We have another 30-minute session with us. Mr. Umesh Rathod has 14 plus years of experience in the global entrepreneurial ecosystem. Currently, he is heading the Innovation Center, Western Region, Maharashtra and Goa for the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. He is author of many successful books like The Fun of Being in Startup, Chanakya, Startup Theories, Examples and Activities. Having mentored over 4.5 lakh students since 2010, he has been recognized with many prestigious accolades nationally and internationally. So now I would request Mr. Umesh Rathod sir to please begin with the address. Thank you.
Also the mic. Hi. Can I request the students to please settle down? A very good morning to all of you. Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Umesh, and I'll be taking you through a very important topic, which has been, given to me by the CII team. And I think it's really important to have this discussion at this moment, at this juncture where we stand as a nation, because we are spearheading towards creating a wonderful startup ecosystem. Currently, we rank 3rd in the world, right, when we talk about startups. At the same time, when we talk about innovation, we are lagging a little bit behind in that ranking. So we have startups, but when you look at the patented startups, right, or the technology-enabled startups which have patented technologies in that sense. So I'll take you through a couple of insights into women in STEM. This topic is, I think you have heard about this topic, but I've given it a different, what we can say, an approach. So let's start with the, first questions with the faculty members over here. What are the couple of challenges which you are facing currently in your, processes, work, managing, home, publishing papers, innovating? How many of you have filed patents, by the way? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, boys and girls at the back, students, anyone of you have also, filed patents along with your faculties? I could see one person. Okay, great. So STEM is not today limited to only science, technology, engineering, maths. It's also the arts. Okay, I think we need to bring art in our ecosystem because a lot of innovation is happening over there. When we look at institutes like MIT Media Lab USA, right, and the kind of projects they come up with, innovation in fabric, innovation with electronics in fabric, so arts is a very important aspect. In fact, when we talk about engineering students, we don't teach psychology. And from where I come from, the kind of experience or the interaction I had with the students, I think it's really important topic to discuss about psychology and the biases which we have. Earlier we have that thought process, don't marry your idea, marry your solution. Can you closely look at this picture? I'll have a couple of more pictures. At the back, can I have your attention? Students who are putting this on social media? Yeah. Can I request your attention? Okay, can you recognize this image? Can you recognize this one? Yes or no? Here? Okay, yeah, okay. Yes, can you see this again? I think you have seen these images on, Google. What is one common thing? Yeah, Einstein is visible, but there is one lady inside. And what's her name? Someone correct? Yeah. Yes, Madame Curie, right? We all know. So you can see that's the state of woman in STEM. All legends, but we have one woman, and I'm talking about this starting from, way back 1911. She's sitting there. Oh, sorry. Right? You can see her sitting there discussing, and then in this picture she's standing at the back. Here you can see her on the right. Over here on the left. 1927, you can see her sitting on the third on the left row, right? On the left. Then you have again over here, she's sitting in between, next to Albert Einstein. Similarly over here. And in 1933, I think 34, she left us due to her, health issues and cancer. Right? This is the problem, and it's a global problem when we talk about women in STEM, right? The kind of examples which we need also, we don't have many examples of women in STEM which could be, taken up to promote or propagate or motivate the students in engineering colleges. And given the kind of things which are, happening, I'll take you through those aspects, and at the end we'll come to an understanding as what are the challenges, what are the factors affecting, and how we can build upon those to make it more effective. So between 40 million to 160 million women may need transition in occupation which they are doing right now in the coming years in the high-skilled roles. And nearly 12 million Indian women could be staring at job losses due to automation. So it's a big problem which is lying ahead all of us. When we talk about STEM, what are this relevance? It equips women with adaptable skills or changing job market, boosting them, to close the gender gap and the opportunity of 227 billion USD by 2027. STEM jobs have grown in India by 37% since 2020, and it's helping women, in livelihood, being self-dependent. It is also fostering problem-solving skills, which are vital in human development. It is also important to have their role in the climate change policies because, when we see the men-driven ecosystem, the processes are different. When I said, cognitive biases which we have. So when we have everyone in the room who are from one gender, their perspective, their approach is a little different. It can lead to gender-responsive solutions. Gender equality helps close the skills gap, boost female employment, and reduce the occupational segregation. Right? So there are now women in India are in Indian Army. Yes or no? How many of you have heard about it or following that news? So, which was very segregated jobs, the things are changing, the dynamics are changing over there. Empowering women can break the cycle of poverty in marginalized society. So what does the data has to say? What is the current scenario? Okay. Women's enrollment in education has risen in like 2021 by 43.2% in higher education. Female representation in around 50% in arts, science, but it's very low when we look at BTech and MTech courses. And this was a study done by AISHE Institute. Only 28.5% of BE students are female today, right? So, women participation in tech programs is less. In fact, we run a Smart India Hackathon. I believe most of you might have already registered the team by now. And there is a mandate that one woman should be part of that team. So that's one step which government is taking towards it. When we look at the STEM subjects also like chemistry, physics, engineering, the participation is low, particularly also low in mechanical and civil because, segregated domains. So you'll have to travel, you'll have to have field visits and all that. Higher enrollment seen in life sciences, microbiology, and IT. Female principal investigators in R&D has risen from 13% in 2000 to 24% in 2017. Now, what is the limitation? What impacts women participation in STEM? Let's look at some of the aspects. So it's a global issue I already mentioned, and the challenge is the leaky pipeline. That is, over the period of time, as the women age or they grow, there are challenges, there are, they have to take care of their home, family, or various other reasons. So let's take a look at those. First is the factors affecting the entry. STEM is perceived as masculine in nature, gender stereotypes exist, right? Social norms like early marriages, mobility restrictions, you cannot travel far. So how many of you are from other states? Okay, students, raise your hand. Okay, one lady I can see, right? And how many of you are within the vicinity of 100, 150 kilometers? Right, most of you, yeah. So that's, it gives us a gist, right? So women don't tend to move, far for their education also. So it restricts them from the access. Gaps in education system, including lack of gender equality discourse, right? Hinders women participation, high cost of education. So if anyone is interested actually and wants to do it, so the cost also becomes a problem. When you look at from the factors affecting from the experience perspective, the STEM is again the boys club, traditional gender role persists with women often assigned administrative tasks. So certain tasks will be given to, male candidates or likewise. Affirmative action in STEM may increase participation, but due to the discrimination, without proper sensitization, it creates an impact. Hiring biases, like related to reproductive roles and age-restricted grants. Many of the companies, I don't know, now they are stopped it, but there was a time when people used to ask, if you are married, when are you planning for your, a baby? And based on that, the hiring biases used to impact. But now I don't think so the companies are doing, they have stopped it, and many of the things have been changing. When we look at the retention part of it, the factors affecting retention, inflexible workplaces, lack of childcare, support. So if a woman has to bring their kid to office, so she can, take care of the baby as well as focus on the work. So the availability of that in workplaces is less. Pay disparity, the biggest, aspect. 81% of Indian women have reported in a publication that their earning is gender biased, and 15 to 30% less is what they are paid. Women face dual burdens of household and work responsibilities, limiting their career progression. When we look at the factors affecting the leadership, right? So lack of women leadership provides few role models. If I ask you one great scientist in India, right? Can you name one from the students? Can you raise your hand? A woman lady scientist? Anyone? Or a businesswoman or an entrepreneur who started from zero? Sudha Murthy ma'am did not start from zero. She is a philanthropist. Who is a woman entrepreneur starting from scratch? Biocon, Kiran Mazumdar show, right? So we don't have role models. If I ask you, a cricket player woman, Mithali Raj, yes, we will have those names on our, lips easily, right? But do we have those examples with us? Have we marketed or propagated, narrated those stories, narrated those case studies? Women face isolation from informal networks and lack sponsorship opportunities. Subtle sexist behaviors and the glass ceiling continues to hinder women progress, especially in the leadership roles today, right? So, what could be the recommendations? And this is what the people have been talking about. There are several reports published. I have taken some bits of pieces from there as well. Increase the evidence-based advocacy to challenge false STEM narratives and raise awareness. Introduce provisions like supernumeracy or numeracy, where you dedicatedly provide some roles to women, like in IITs, they have started it, right? Make coaching affordable and offer scholarships to encourage girls in STEM. Promote investments, apprenticeship opportunities for early training and employment. Implement educational interventions including improved teacher training and gender equity curricula. From the employment experience perspective, establish mentorship and networking programs, promote diversity and inclusiveness in the training, remove age barriers for research grants, right, and fellowships, because, you know, their trajectory is different. The challenge is the motherhood and all those. So when we create these policies, it's really important to have an inclusive approach. We sit together and then we develop it. Increase empathy for affirmative action through targeted initiatives like supernumerary schemes. Recommendations from the employee retention, right? A lot of women leave their career in between due to the various responsibilities. I believe you might connect with your parents, right? Right now as a student, and many of us might be connecting from our own personal experiences. Reduce the gender pay gap with gender responsive appraisal policies. Implement gender responsive and flexible policies inclusive of child care support and flexible work arrangements, right? And then there are various returnship programs. By HCL, there is a tax returnship program. Microsoft has a LEAP program for women. Mahindra has a Back to Mahindra program, which invites women who have left their career due to pregnancy or motherhood, how we can bring them back. Federal Bank's Maternity Work Buddy, SAP is having a returnship program, then IBM also has tech re-entry. Why this is important? Why women in STEM is important? Because a very vital resource gets lost in the journey. You have spent so much of time, effort in learnings. An engineering graduate is a very vital and important asset for the country. So that's why you need to support them to bring them back into the ecosystem again. When you look at from the leadership, promote female role models through STEM mentorship panels, seminars and workshop. Increase women's representation in decision making with quotas for boards, committees. I think you might be aware now, you get easy funding for woman entrepreneur who is leading a startup. So if the woman entrepreneur or woman co-founder has 51% stake, that is a woman-driven startup. And there are special funding schemes available from the government which can be leveraged through that. मुलगी शिकली, प्रगती झाली. प्रगती कोणाची झाली? स्वतःची, कुटुंबाची आणि मग देशाची. All these women which you can see on the screen have done incredible work, but how many of their stories do we know? What have they achieved? Have we talked about those? Right? How many of these can you recognize? Can you raise and tell me? Yes? Kalpana Chawla, very prominent. Absolutely. First lady doctor in India, Anandibai Joshi, right? Very much from Maharashtra. So I'll give you a good case study how women are supporting women. It's always, if system support नहीं करता है तो आप एक अपना system बनाओ, और वो एक अच्छा उदाहरण हमारे पास है. We have a great example in Pune itself. So this is in Vashi. Actually, they have a center, connecting center in Pune as well. So it's Indian Women Scientists Association, which was started long time back in 1973, and it was started by 12 women. And since inception, it has 11 branches and 2,000 women individuals who are in STEM have collaborated together. Now, there is one of the founder members, Dr. Sudha Padhe, a physicist and one of the founders of the association. She says, why are women afraid of technology and science? Their mindset and what they have been led to believe is that they won't understand it. But she is not ready to, consider that. So these are the people who have gone, away from the, what we can say, the bandwagon, the thought process, and created a new channel for themselves. For the many women for whom life is an impossible balancing act between work and home, the Indian Women Scientists Association Daycare and Healthcare Center has a 160-bed facility. This is the only organization which acts as a second home for them. And this is quoted by Dr. Rita Mukhopadhyay, who is a 64-year-old gene technology head at BARC. So what they are trying to do is giving an opportunity for girl student in STEM to be part of that ecosystem. They invite them, they mentor them, they guide them, understand their challenges. They also invite male fraternities also to handle and support, for education, for higher education, for starting businesses, for getting sponsored. And that's what they have been doing. This is another lady, Dr. Shivkar. She's a botanist. She's a young lady, 39-year-old. And on the other side, we have the computer scientist, Dr. Sunita Mahajan. She's a 83-year-old, lady in the domain of computer science. And all of them, if you see, they work in sync and tandem to understand the challenges together and support each other in creating the breakthroughs and, achieving skills. So, in a nutshell, if you look at the challenges and what we have discussed, Indian scientists have proven time and again that femininity isn't at odds with scientific excellence. And it certainly isn't frivolous, whether it is the team leading groundbreaking space missions at the Indian Space Research Organization or the IWSA, pioneering cancer research, physicists and computer scientists behind the colorful saris, warm smiles, and camaraderie are the women of great tenacity and intelligence, right? So, there are several programs which are funded by government to support women in STEM. One such is Vigyan Jyoti by DST, Supernumerary Scheme by IITs, Curie, that is a consolidation of university research for innovation and excellence in women. There are also programs promoting employment, like Serve Power, Gati, that is a gender advancement for transforming institutions, Knowledge Involvement and Research Advancement for Nurturing, Women's Scientist Scheme, and then Mobility Scheme. When we look at the other nations, there are some use cases from there as well. So the National Technique Park 2020 from the government of Netherlands, Athena Swans Charter by UK, AGCCI African Girls Can Code Initiative, Girl Tech by UNICEF, some of the programs promoting education for women. And when we look at the employability, Balancing the Scale, right? National Science Foundation USA, Femtech by Government of Germany, MCC, Male Champions of Change, Government of Australia. It's called Male Champions of Change, but the scheme is for the woman. So I would like to sum up my talk by narrating a poem from my book, and if you can do an encore with me, I would be happy if you can repeat after me. Are we game for this? Is there energy left? I should say. So it goes something like this. Walk alone if you must. Keep walking. You may fall. Who doesn't? Keep walking. They will stop you. Won't they? Just keep walking. Did you reach your goal? No? Keep walking. When people leave you, keep walking. Everything will make sense. Keep walking. If you think your path is lost, you have just created one. Thank you so much for having me. Any questions? If time permits, I would be happy to take one or two questions. No, it's already been discussed across the world. So I think we need to move that beyond STEM now, bringing arts in. Yes. So the men's will face the heat. Teams. Absolutely. Good suggestion. Yes. I think that we need to, start a movement. I think we can start talking and then the media will capture. What happens is the industry creates this jargons and we follow. So from academia also we can start talking about it and then let industry also follow certain trends which we create. Yeah, so I have a question and I have a giveaway if time permits quickly. Can you tell me, the name of a philanthropist and educator, a lady philanthropist and educator from Maharashtra who supported women education? अरे सबको थोड़ी मिलेगा. So the giveaway is not in a group, right? So I will have to frame another question now. The lady who was good at Sanskrit and was also dealing with other nations as a counterpart between India and the world. If you know, Are sir. Yeah, so you ideally have to raise a hand, right? Yeah, you're making me difficult. You're putting me in the spot now. Because these I'm popping up. I'm doing it very organic, impromptu. Let's do it this way. I'll ask few questions, now not related to, gender specific. Who is the G20 Sherpa of India? Raise your hand if you know the answer. No, not from the faculties. Let's give the opportunity to students. अभी Google भी कर सकते थे आप इतने देर में. G20 Sherpa of India. Yes. Amitabh Kant is the right answer. Can we have an applause for her? Okay. Next question. What is the emerging industry in India? As a nation, what is the most emerging industry currently in India? Industry in the sense, like we have sectors, like airline industry and all. So, yes, semiconductor is the right answer. I will give that for you. Okay, can we have an applause for him? What could be the other? Yes. Renewable energy, okay. Yes, can we have an applause for him? Last one. Someone is missing out on this big time. Yes, ma'am. Healthcare, okay. Healthcare has been there, but very emerging. Electric vehicle is also, fintech is also, recently there was it in the news. It's also there. We are missing out big time. What is our USP as a nation? Software, no. Population, definitely, yes. That's our power. That's our power. Agriculture, no. Agriculture, हम लोग खेती करके यहाँ तक आए हैं यार. Entrepreneurship industry नहीं है यार. Industry. Defense. IT sector हम बहुत आगे हैं. Yes. Healthcare has already been discussed. Okay. We have one of the largest coastal, area. And there's an upcoming industry that is maritime industry. Soon in next 5-10 years down the line, you'll see people buying private yacht, which you already always see in movies, right? The Bollywood dancing around this yacht, right? Soon that industry is going to pop up. So, maritime industry. But anyways, last one question, and then we, invite the people who have answered over here. And this question will be very simple. Which is the motto or the mission given by Narendra Modi ji? By 2047, what we are going to become? Raise your hand. Yes. Developed nation. What do we call in Hindi? Yes, Viksit Bharat. Can we have an applause for him? Okay, can I request all the people to join me here quickly? The people who have answered. Yes, sir. Please join. Looking at their enthusiasm, you can also join. Yeah, can I have your names quickly? Can you come here? Come here, come here. Face to the audience. Never face your back to them. Yes, your name and your division or like domain.
Anjali Shivshatte from VIT CSE AI branch.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Myself Tanmay Zade from AIDS department VIT.
Congratulations, Tanmay. Over to our friend here.
Sandesh Kadam from IT department.
Congratulations, Sandesh.
I'm Lokesh Chaudhary, third year IT student, VIT college.
Congratulations. And then we have sir.
Chandrasekhar Mahajan. I'm heading the first year engineering department.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations to all. Thank you for your patient listening. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for session on women empowerment. You have brought sense of self-worth among women. We can also have right to different opportunities and choices in life. So thank you so much, sir. So now I would request Mr. Alkesh Roy, sir, to share his thoughts.
See, sorry to be in the way of your lunch and the next program, but I'll take a quick few minutes and I'll not share my thoughts, but I'll share my thoughts on the CII as an institute and how it will help you in the process. See, we as CII are the industry body, and CII in Pune is one of the pioneers in having institutionalized certain programs which are for the future generations to come. So we have programs like Industry Academia Connect, where the industries actually adopt the institutes. So please take advantage of that. Then we have the West Tech Summit, where all the currently prevalent industry go-to-market or whatever their innovations they're doing, it is being showcased and all the important speakers are coming. Let me tell you one more thing. Attending the CII functions also brings you in contact with the top leaders of industry in Pune and Maharashtra, which we will never get if you are in isolation. And if you want to hear Sanjeev Bajaj, please come and join. He is present in many of the sessions. So I like to tell you that CII as an institute of national importance, the companies which are members contribute to 50% of the GDP of India. So that is the strength of CII, and that is the strength which CII brings onto the table. On a personal note, I can tell you, I always like to pass on that I have told you in the earlier also. I have been addressing students at large in many institutes in and around Pune and Maharashtra. But having said that, learn from listening. You will learn more by listening rather than by only studying books and what is past. So time has come for the students and the faculty that you'll have to bury the past and move to the future. And that is why I'll have a disconnect with Umesh that
It is not that we have to practice the best practices, we have to develop the next practices. That is what will grow India and grow anyone in the future, for the future, and you will be future ready. I'll again reiterate what I have told. The future generation will have to struggle between relevance and irrelevance. If you can address that, you are here. And CIA had been constantly doing such things, such programs at various levels. Harshada, you can give your contact details to them, share it with Prasad and even Roshan. We can come and deliver at a CIA platform separately with the institute, and we can collate few institutes and do this. And in fact, I asked that how many people are attending today. It was 70. I have given a lecture for 1,200 people in Balaji Institute. So please take help of this forum. And Harshada has been the prime mover in this. And in fact, she roped me in. I was not even knowing this because we had other programs in Hayat today. But having said that, I love this conversation. I love the students and I love the faculty and the way you have also briefed us prior to our meeting. So that is great. And I look forward to a continued association with any industry body in the future. I am here, I am in. And the past chairman pool is quite heavy in CII. Naushad Forbes is a past chairman. Meher Padamji is a past chairman. So past chairmen are galore in this place called Pune. And we have meetings in actually their premises. So each factories, each offices are also the meeting spaces where we actually go and see also. It is a learning for everyone, not only for you or whoever is being there, but it is a learning for everyone. And we try to space out the meetings all across the city, even within all across the cities in Maharashtra. So the Maharashtra State Council meeting will have compulsorily the meetings having in Aurangabad, Nasik, Sholapur, Kolhapur, Pune, Mumbai, everywhere, Thane, so that people of every sphere and every city or every place gets access to the top leadership of CII. With this, I'll end it. And I think, Harshada, you should take it up with the institute, with the Vice Chancellor, how we can collaborate further. This is a forum. Yeah. So invite them over to some functions later date. Okay, thank you. Sorry for being between you and lunch.
Thank you, sir. So now I would request Dr. Shubham Joshi, Head of Sustainability Development, VIT, to give his concluding remarks.
So, good afternoon, everyone. This is my great privilege to express the vote of thanks. So, I start with the distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, faculty members, industry partners, and the dear participants. Good afternoon, all of you. It's my privilege to extend heartfelt vote of thanks to all those who have contributed in making this CII event on the role of AI and machine learning in supply chain and optimization techniques. A grand success today has been an enlightening day, which is filled with lots of learning and valuable insights, which is very much helpful for the, not only for the students, but also for the faculty members, and variety of things related to the STEM given by the Umesh Rathore. So first, I would like to request everyone to make a round applause for the entire event. So first and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Jabade sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor from the Vishwakarma University, and Mr. Bharat Agrawal sir, the Managing Director for the Vishwakarma Group, to provide us the opportunity to organize such kinds of events. I also thank the CII to mentor us in these kinds of events. I also thank the speaker. So I would take the name, Mr. Vijay Sonawane sir from the Forbes Marshall, to enlighten on the role of AI in sustainability in the terms of supply chain informatics. I thank Mr. Nitin Nair sir from Siemens to enlighten us on how the technology will play a role into the supply chain consideration related to AI ML and the deep learning related technologies. I think our one of the alumnus of the VIT from the 91 batch, Mr. Prasad Dharmadekari sir, working with the Kirloskar for the strategic development of the AI ML related techniques for the supply chain and for the next generation. I also thank Mr. Alakesh Rai sir, one of the senior mentor with the CII, for enlightening us for the startup related things and ready to help us with variety of bridging programs with CII and the Vishwakarma Group. So with this, I express my vote of thanks and the concluding remarks for this event. Thank you.